right, everybody, welcome back. Fresh Takes, Russo and Felice. I am Paul Russo. Across from me, as always, on what is personally one of our favorite editions of the year, man, myth, legend himself, looking dapper as always, Nick Felice. Nick, how you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah, thanks. Got work a little early today, so ready to do this podcast. And yes, it is the Thanksgiving edition, and I'm excited to talk about my favorite, pumpkin pie.
I got roasted by family members after last week, but
Really?
Well, so my grandpa, R.I.P. But yeah, and I mean, obviously it's the same company my dad ended up working for with Seneca/Libby's, but Libby is at one point they probably still are like the biggest producer of canned pumpkin in the world, which is what you use to make pumpkin pie filling with. And so I got roasted. It is what it is. But I stand by my actions. I don't care. I'm the Italian that doesn't like sausage or olives as well. I go sacrilegious in many aspects of life. So hey, it is what it is.
You don't like sausage?
Nah, it just messes me up on the inside too much. I enjoying living. If sausage... Okay, so I should preface it, kind of differently, but, if sausage is on pizza, I'll eat it. You know what I mean? If sausage... So, tonight for dinner, not to spoil too much away, but my dad every Thanksgiving week goes to Wegmans to get, obviously stuff or whatever, but he'll always get Clams Casino for me and him. And the Clams Casino this year was more of a sausage-based stuffing to go with it than usual, but I ate it. I liked it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going out of my way to have a sausage with peppers and onions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I am a fan of sausage.
I know you are. I've seen you house some sausage links before.
And sausage is good with syrup, but it's better with ketchup. You heard it from me first.
Well, I don't do it on purpose. But if I'm having some pancakes or French toast, French toast probably isn't the best example because you use egg anyway,
mm-hmm.
Or maybe a waffle and some scrambled eggs, and if some syrup seeps into the egg thing, honestly, some scrambled eggs with a little bit of syrup ain't that bad of a combo.
No,
you see, you're saying that as no, but you sound grossed out by the prospect.
No, I'm not grossed out at all. Anything with syrup and ketchup.
You live by the Buddy the Elf.
Yeah. I gotta try that one of these years. His meal that he made there when he's calling his dad. But I'm gonna try that one of these years. But anything with ketchup or syrup, I'm eating it though.
Yeah. Without further ado, obviously, football. We're discussing both NFL and college football. End up being two pretty big weeks in the grand scheme of things.
Notre Dame's still in it.
Obviously, college football with the playoff committee new rankings that dropped tonight. You brought up Notre Dame, but big news on the Cincinnati front that we'll obviously get to, and then all things Thanksgiving we'll be talking. Favorite things, power rankings, you name it, we'll talk. We'll pretty much touch on it to some degree.
All right.
Anything else before we get out of here? I know actually the food discussion last week, and this is why the openings for us are kind of fun in my opinion, Nick, because we kind of just take a couple minutes and talk about kind of whatever. But the food discussion was a big hit last week between the pies.
Yeah, who you hear more people like pumpkin?
I didn't hear so much one way or another. They just enjoyed the banter kind of surrounding it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind, I am not an apple pie hater.
I know. I know.
I am not an apple pie hater, but I just prefer pumpkin.
Right.
Because you rather pick up pumpkins than go to an apple tree or whatever and pick out apples with your girlfriend. But it's a better day to go to the pumpkin patch, get a nice, cider. You get a little cider and you get a pumpkin, and that's a great day.
Look,
picking apples with your girlfriend is a terrible day.
Look, I
feel like that always occurs on a Sunday afternoon.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Pumpkin. If we were to go to the pumpkin patch, I feel like that's just a strong coffee vibe. And I'm a coffee guy. Don't get me wrong. You know me. On Red Zones the past month now, I've been bringing coffee with me. But I had to be fair, probably technically like 3 cups today. But like, look, frankly, if I have to choose one or the other, give me the apple picking where there is cider and presumably...
Whoa. There's cider at the apple picking?
Hard cider normally, yeah.
Oh, yeah, hard cider.
I told you this last week.
Do they have corn mazes at the apple picking?
Yeah, some places do.
They're just cheating off of pumpkin picking.
I know a couple apple picking orchards that have pony rides.
That's too much, but...
Oh, no, it's too much.
I'm just saying. You ask 10 people, I guarantee at least 7 of them say they'd rather have pumpkins.
No way. No way. Okay.
Go around town.
Look, I don't...
Walk downtown tomorrow.
I really want
just go up to 10 random
I really
people.
want to get into whatever, but before we end up moving on from this, I'll preface it with this to our like normal listeners who like kind of talk to us, so we can do proper mathematics here. If you prefer going pumpkin patch whatevering or apple picking, alert myself or Nick. Yeah. And we will compile a definite, pure analytical standpoint of research.
I've never gone apple picking. I never will.
That's a lie.
No.
If you wanted a ring on this finger, Nick, you're definitely hitting up an apple orchard.
Whatever.
Okay. You ready to transition? I'll transition for you. NFL Week 11. Wow. Okay. We're going to start right down Interstate 90 on the thruway because the Jonathan Taylor show featuring the Indianapolis Colts was nothing short of fantastic. I tweeted about this game because obviously, didn't do Red Zone this week. You had work. Matt was in Buffalo with some friends of ours at the game. So I got to watch pretty much a full game with my dad, which is, something that on the football side of things we don't get to do too often anymore. But it was really enjoyable because I got full-fledged John Russo and just full-on like Bills hate mode, and it was great.
Nice.
Brief backstory. So, Nick, I know you don't get on Twitter that often anymore, but did you see my tweet about the game from Sunday?
I did not.
Okay. So my dad, growing up, did start off as a bit of a Bills fan. He's a Raiders fan now. We'll get to that point in a second here. But absolutely devastated, and the reason why he hates the Bills is because they traded away his childhood hero of Daryl LaMonica to the then Oakland Raiders. And so my dad has never forgiven the Bills, has been a Raider fan since.
That's the story. I never knew that.
Yeah, so...
I thought he was a Raiders fan.
Obviously, Frank Reich, the Indianapolis head coach, former backup quarterback for the Bills, probably top 5 backup quarterback of all time. Famously,
better than Taysom Hill.
That's a different discussion since he's a tight end. Famously, right, big part of the playoff runs, getting playoff victories for an injured Jim Kelly. So my dad said, just put Frank Reich in. Put Frank Reich in the game. And I was with him. Through his petty, he did have a point. Josh Allen did not have a good game. But it kind of goes back to what I've kind of felt about the Bills. Maybe not so much really at the start of this year, but certainly probably throughout last year, right? Get the offensive line a little bit better, among other things, and kind of go from there. And then defensively they did not have a great game. I know that they were missing. They're missing Edmonds. I know he wasn't COVID listed, but they were missing Star. I don't even bother trying to pronounce his last name, and a couple others on the defensive line front on the COVID reserve list. So, and now all of a sudden you got the Patriots kind of sneaking in here at this point. Actually, I really should say sneaking in. I think I don't know if they're leading the division outright. But
I'm pretty sure they are.
Okay, so they are leading the division outright. I mean, it's just wild, crazy to me. And then, other stuff too. You have like upset specials in the league this week, right? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it an upset, but like the Bears pretty much had the most Bears loss of all time to Tyler Huntley and the Baltimore Ravens. Minnesota upsets Green Bay. I don't think that's as much of an upset as people think, but I mean, statistically speaking, it was, right? And then obviously Texans being the other big one, winning over the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
So chaotic week, and then today we have our first mid-season firing of a coach. Nick, your Giants firing Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
Thank Christ. Free Danny Dimes and Saquon. But now you get stuck with Freddie Kitchens doing the play calling.
Those are some of the better head coaches.
Just a chaotic week in the NFL for a change. Kind of nice, to be honest with you, in that sense. So, I mean, really, I don't know where you want to start personally, but, I mean, I don't know if you felt the same way I did. I thought it was chaos. I thought it was beautiful, you know.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch too much because I was working on Sunday, but I did have the Bills game on in the corner. And every time I looked up, I saw Jonathan Taylor score a touchdown. And, he was having a Alvin Kamara Christmas Day last year performance yesterday on Sunday, and with his 5 touchdowns. That was pretty impressive. The Bills, man, they look good one week. I should say they look good against the Jets. But they didn't look too good on Sunday. Right now they're a wild card team, and frankly, they're gonna have to win a couple more games to really solidify their playoff spot because right now they're on the bubble. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's interesting. I said this on Thursday, so this is after the last podcast. I said, and I'm going to stick with it, I said New England Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. I said the AFC. Wow. Don't know who's the favorite either. I'm thinking it's New England, and I know they have rookie quarterback. And but I have a weird feeling that Bill Belichick is going to get to the Super Bowl this year because there is no favorite in the AFC. The only team I think they could beat them is the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have started to look good. Defensively, Spagnuolo finally starting to come on like he always does. And, it's the Chiefs. I think it's the only threat to the Patriots. I'm saying that right now because I told you, Titans, they're not gonna last. They're gonna fall without the king. But then Baltimore didn't look too good against Chicago, so you don't know. And then Buffalo has not looked that great. So I'm thinking New England. I'm thinking New England's gonna win the division, and I think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl and play the Packers. I think it's just the Packers' year. Right now, before Thanksgiving, I'm saying Packers, Patriots, Super Bowl. Wow. And I'm pretty confident about it. I am pretty confident about this one. And, I think it's going to be Patriots. And I think if they get there, I think they win. And I think everyone is going to start looking at Bill Belichick like the old Bill Belichick. Obviously, a long way to go, but imagine if it is Tampa Bay and New England, though. That will be the most hyped up Super Bowl in a long time. A long time. That would be a huge hyped up Super Bowl. And I'd watch that one. Buffalo, Dallas, not turn the TV on. I am not turning the TV on.
You would definitely watch it.
I am told you this. I've told you this before.
You're such a liar.
If it's Dallas, Buffalo, I am not watching the Super Bowl.
You lie so much. I guarantee we all gather in your den, and I guarantee you would be there with us.
Got something going on that day.
I'm sure you do.
But, yeah, it was a pretty chaotic week. Even though I didn't get to watch much of it, I did watch my Giants last night. Looked good.
The G-Men.
They're not done. Dallas is fading. Philly and Washington are looking better. Division's not so bad. But it still sucks. But
the G-Men.
Yeah, definitely. I always was rooting for Garrett because I wanted to beat the Cowboys, but it just didn't work out. And
he had some really strange play calls, I'd say, yesterday that did not help his favor.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming just like today. I thought it might have been coming, maybe by season's end, but I did not see it coming today. So interesting. Freddie Kitchens now the man. Obviously, he's got a great track record as the Cleveland Browns head coach. So that's a lie. I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, I mean, it's a different discussion. He was in a no-win situation to a degree.
Anyway, just looking forward to Week 12. I'm always a big fan of the Thanksgiving week. Yeah. Hashtag take the Cowboys off Thanksgiving. Hashtag keep the Lions on Thanksgiving. I'm sick and tired of people talking about. I have a soft spot for the Lions because I used to have Matthew Stafford back in the day on my team, and he was awesome. So I have a soft spot for the Lions, and I am sick and tired of people saying the Lions should be off Thanksgiving. The Cowboys should be off on Thanksgiving. People are sick and tired of that. We see them every Sunday at 4 o'clock.
That's true.
Why do we got to see them on a national holiday?
That's true.
I don't think they'll ever take either one off. If they haven't taken the Lions off now, they never will. They'll bring it up on Sunday. Oh, we should take Detroit off.
It's tradition.
Yes, 12:30 Lions game.
Quick question before we move into predictions I want to pose to you because it was another rough week for the Seahawks.
Pete Carroll on the hot seat.
No. No. However.
However.
And this is more of a question I really wish kind of like Matt was here for this, but we'll definitely obviously talk with him tomorrow. I think about this, like Russ is clearly not 100%. I mean, I said that during the Green Bay game. He definitely just is not 100%.
He's also running for his life.
Yeah, I mean, look, Russ isn't cooked. He's not washed. He still is by far top 3 quarterback in this league.
Whoa.
He is. I mean, I've been saying that for
top 3.
Yeah. Pete Carroll, I'm pretty hit and miss on him a lot normally, but like he has no control. Probably the wrong way to phrase it, but like the roster, he's been dealt a very rough roster this year. At this point, I definitely think it's probably Russ's last year in Seattle. At this point, I mean, if you're Pete Carroll, do you want to stick around at this point either? You know what I mean? Like, is this the end of the Seahawks as we know them?
It's interesting.
You know,
they
what
still
I mean?
got players on it.
Because Denver, the reason why we bring this up is Denver is now locked up their top 3 receivers for the next, I think it's like 5 years collectively. Or Denver, sorry, did I say Denver?
Denver.
And they're obviously they're a good enough young team that just at this point really just does need a quarterback. And the reason why I bring that up is because obviously, right, like we know Russ and we know Rodgers. Like, I think Russ would go to Denver. Personally speak, I think he would.
Yeah, you could say it's the end of the Seahawks. Sure, it might be the end of the Russell Wilson era, but in the NFL, it's the number one sport where you can turn around a team in 1 year.
Well, I'm not saying like it's like an end-all, be-all, but I think this era for them I think the door is pretty much shut.
It could be. Still time for them to figure it out this year. I mean, it's not over yet.
I mean, they're 3-6 now. That's gonna be tough.
I think they might be 3-7.
I thought I saw 3-6 at the bottom of the ticker. Oh no, it would be 3-7 because it was week 11. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a hole, but I don't know. It's a tough division.
Yeah, I don't.
The wild card is
I don't see
still
them,
there though.
Well, yeah, but you're going to have to get through, and this is wild saying it this way. You have to get through at least two NFC East teams at that point.
That 7 seed
like,
is
that's
still
wild.
up for grabs.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is you're going to have to go through at minimum, like in this realm, right? Philadelphia and Washington at this point.
Mm.
They both have better records than the Seahawks, right? Minnesota has a better record than you. Who else is kind of sitting there?
What's Detroit's record?
Yeah. You'll have to probably get through at least two of your own. Yeah, you'll have to get through two of your own division teams more than likely to do it.
Giants have the same record as
In
them.
theory, yeah. And I mean, look, to be fair, I really am still kind of high on the Giants. I don't think that defense is that bad. And really, to be fair, I mean, I'm really intrigued to see what this offense will do without Garrett. I mean, I know we're, especially Giants fans, where you sit on Daniel Jones as a whole, but like, look, like if Baker can do it, I think Danny Dimes can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be tough. Plus, whatever teams are in the NFC South that are still kind of kicking at this point. I mean, really, to be fair, it's really, I think, only the Saints that are kind of sitting with
Atlanta.
So, all right, let's move to prediction time.
All right.
Thanksgiving, Nick. 3 games as we always do, 2 traditional and then 1 in the rotating primetime slot.
Yep.
Obviously, 12:30, Bears at Detroit. Could be Matt Nagy's last game as a Bears head coach or NFL head coach for that matter.
I got the Lions.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Game.
I am with you.
I think
Andy Dalton is starting for Chicago, by the way.
Yeah, I think the Lions win this game. I think they finally get their first win. It's going to be a little sad not seeing Matthew Stafford out there on Thanksgiving, but pretty sure he was hurt one year.
Is Goff playing? Do we know? Or is it going to be, I don't know, who the hell? Whoever started for him.
Is it still Blau?
It's not. Somebody else started for him on Sunday against Cleveland.
It don't matter. They're winning this game.
I'm with you. The other semi-traditional game, Raiders at Dallas.
Yep, you got Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the call. The least biased Cowboy fans I've ever seen.
No, this is a CBS game, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
They switched it.
Yeah, I think they alternate now. Yeah, this is a CBS game because they were promoting the hell out of it on...
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. But I'm going to go Raiders in this game just to spike the Cowboys.
So what's interesting about this game is, personally, I feel like both teams are kind of in a must-win situation for different reasons. The Raiders, obviously, this is probably going to be their really make-or-break week on the season. Win this game, you're still fighting for a chance. You lose this, you're going to probably need to swing a couple games at minimum in your favor, which is tough to do down the stretch. Dallas, the reason why it's must win at this point, even though you lost to Kansas City, you get this game, you pretty much kind of get yourself back all alone out in front of the NFC East. Obviously, they still got a couple games in the bag, but I mean, you get to this point, you're de facto 3 full weeks in front of the rest of the division. Mm-hmm. Man, I really wish I could be with you, but there's so much just dysfunction, not even from like a locker room standpoint with the Raiders right now. I mean, their run game is all over the place. Derek Carr is running for his life, it feels like, which has kind of been the story of his NFL career. I'm going to go Cowboys here. Like I said, it's must win for both. I think it's about my hot take. If there's anything for the whatever, I think it's going to be probably the game of the day.
Yeah.
A
lot of people in New York won't say that.
Yeah.
But.
Well, they'll get why I'm going to say it with this, but Bills at Saints is your prime time game that night.
Yes.
I'm going Bills here. I think the offense is so different from New Orleans at this point without Jameis. Again, I don't think Simeon's playing that bad. I don't think he is. Again, I watched a little bit of the highlights from the game against Philly, and again, just some of the wide receivers that they have, just balls were bouncing off them and getting picked off. I mean, that's not on Simeon.
Yeah, it sucks they don't have Michael Thomas.
And really, to be fair, the Bills, I think, will have a big FU game coming out of the gate. This is now 2 really bad losses in 3 weeks from a team that we probably all kind of had it penciled in at least for the second to last Sunday of the year in the NFL. so third to last. My bad, I forgot about the Pro Bowl. But, I'm expecting a pretty big margin of victory from the Bills Thursday night.
I'm going Saints.
To that degree, though, I don't blame you for this pick.
I think the Bills are going to have a lot of problems. 4 days, I think it's not going to be enough time for them to figure this mess out from Sunday. And they're going on the road in a national game. I think Simeon is going to figure it out this game. And Taysom Hill just got a big contract. I think he might find the end zone. And, the Saints win this game.
All right. Move to Sunday. Sunday, a lot of rivalry games in the NFL on Sunday. To kick it off at 1 o'clock, Steelers at the Bengals.
Ooh. Good old Pirates-Reds. Big fan
the classic Rust Belt rivalry.
Yeah, but it seems like Pittsburgh's the only city that sticks with the same team colors for every sport. But
not quite, but okay.
We do.
The Penguins don't really.
The Penguins are black, and they're at least white.
Are black and very much so gold as opposed to yellow.
We're closer than Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You ever notice Philadelphia?
Well, Sixers and Phillies have similar colors.
Yes. But the Flyers, Eagles, and Phillies are way off.
That's true.
But anyway, in this game, you're not a fan of them. They just lost a heartbreaker. I'm going with the Steelers on the road.
Oh, man. I don't know if I can just trust Big Ben anymore, man. Like, he's just cooked.
It's because he blocked you on Twitter.
He unblocked me, actually. I have breaking news in that realm. I went looking the other day because somebody said like he went on an unblocking spree.
Really?
And I'm unblocked.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'm going to go Bengals here, but I'm going to go close. Probably like 3 points. Field goal. Bengals field goal.
Okay.
1 o'clock. Eagles at the G-Men. I'm going to go... Oh, gosh. Screw it. I'm going to do it. Give me the Giants.
Not so fast.
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
all
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'm going Giants in this game, too. They need this game.
Yeah.
And with a new look offense, it's going to be hard for the Eagles to predict what kind of team they got coming on Sunday. So, going Giants in a close one.
Carolina at Miami.
Carolina at Miami. This sounds like Clemson versus Miami right here.
Battle for the Coastal.
Yeah. Pat does root for both those teams, so
that's true.
I'm gonna go for Pat. He's gonna beat Clemson this week, and
really?
Yeah,
okay.
And I think Miami is going to beat a Carolina team still trying to find its image.
Cam Newton gets his first win in Panthers 2.0
as a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he should get technically that win.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina though. Miami's got a lot of... They got some question marks going on, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Titans at the Patriots. Possible futuristic NFC Championship matchup.
Not without the King. Not without the King. If he comes back for the playoffs.
King Richard?
No. I do want to see that movie, though. That looks good. I heard good ratings, too. So, big tennis guy. So, yeah, not without the King this week. I'm going with my Super Bowl predicted New England Patriots.
What's funny is I think both these weaknesses, obviously one right now is because with Henry being hurt, are pretty much the run game right now. I mean, New England does not have a running back that just dominates you. That's kind of been their MO, through the bulk of the Brady years for the most part. I'm going to go the opposite side of you on this one. We'll go Tennessee. I'm not confident, but I'm going to take Tennessee.
All right.
Game of the weekend. Oh, actually, there's two potential games of the weekend here. This is the first of the two. Falcons at the Jaguars.
That is a classic. That won't be one everyone's got eyes on.
Go have to go to the Octobox for that one.
Going Jacksonville on this one.
I'm with you on this one. Jacksonville, their defense is humming pretty good, and the offense obviously big improves. So
Atlanta. No.
The other game of the weekend potentially, the Jets at the Texans.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Do the Texans have a winning streak in them?
Do they? Your original Super Bowl predicted team in this one.
Okay, nope. Roll the tape. I did not say predicted Super Bowl. I said division.
Hey, if you think I said the Devils, I will have you on the Jets.
No. Here's the thing. I know I said the Jets as a division. You definitely said the Devils in the Stanley Cup Finals. But in this game, I'm going with the Houston Texans.
I'm going Texans as well. Tyrod Taylor, baby.
I'm going to pull out my cowboy hat.
Last 1 o'clock game, Buccaneers at the Colts. Both coming up, both having substantial victories in the numerical
game.
Column. Yeah, not good enough though. Tampa Bay.
You think it wins it?
By, I think, a pretty wide margin.
Why, Paul? Did you not see
that?
You said
that Buccaneers front seven is so overwhelming sometimes.
You just said. You just sat down and watched the whole Bills game.
Quentin Nelson has some ankle problems right now.
Okay, Quentin Nelson's better than Ali Marpet.
Wow, those are fighting words.
Yeah, you heard me. Quentin Nelson is better than Ali Marpet.
I dare you to go to the campus of Hobart and William Smith and say that.
I'll bring a megaphone and say it.
Wow.
And he's going to prove it on Sunday because Jonathan Taylor, I think, could have another 3-touchdown game at least.
Okay.
And they beat the Bucs.
First of the late window, there's only 3. One is at 4:05, and that is another classic rivalry: Chargers at the Broncos.
Denver. Chargers are going to have a down week this week. Going
really?
Denver at home.
I'm going to go Chargers here.
They're inconsistent.
Get another winning streak of sort going there. That'll be big for them. 4:25, Vikings at the 49ers, both coming off victories last week.
Going Vikings. On the road.
I'm going Vikings as well on the road.
I think they're starting to figure it out. They got a stud in that Jefferson.
And Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Rams at Packers.
That's the big game.
4:25, America's game of the week.
Rams have struggled in these big games so far this season, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers just came off a loss. It is at Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. At Green Bay.
But, you know who's had experience at Green Bay?
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. Probably hasn't had a lot of great moments at Green Bay. But he's got a way better team now. Not because of Odell, but he gets the win. I think the Rams go on the road and get this big win.
I want to be with you. So I think I'm going to go away. I'm going to go Rams on this one as well.
Really? Yeah. So you do want to be with me?
Yeah. I just can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Sunday night, Browns at the Ravens.
Browns at the Ravens, Sunday Night Football. Man, the Ravens are on a lot of night games.
Well, when you're good.
I think the Browns get this win.
Really?
I think Nick Chubb has a game.
All right.
I think they just attack the Ravens. They figure out a great game plan. And I think the Browns win this game.
I'm going to go Ravens here. Play it safe and go with one of the locks of the week potential. And then Monday Night Football this week, Seattle and Washington.
Seattle-Washington, always a good game, though. It is. They've met in the playoffs a few times, whether it's the RG3 era or their last playoff appearance. Wasn't it Washington-Seattle? No, it was last year they lost to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But I think before that it might have been Seattle. Maybe that was RG3. But they've had some good games. Where's the game?
Washington.
Then I'm going with Washington.
It's a good pick. Pete Carroll, we're coming for you.
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Really?
I'm putting Pete Carroll on the hot seat.
Yes, that's what we wanted to see.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, put him on the hot seat.
All right. NFL's wrapped up. We'll touch on some college football.
Good for Cincinnati.
Yeah. Obviously, college football rankings coming in today, playoff-wise. Cincinnati, number 4, went out and they seem safe. Other than that, it was a fairly ho-hum week. Cuse got throttled. I don't think there's a ton to say about them at this point. They came out very flat. I'm not confident going into Saturday night against Pitt in the Dome.
Bowl game on the line.
Yeah.
Gino's job on the line.
I think Gino's fate's already decided, but yeah. And then this upcoming week's rivalry week, for the most part, yeah, I mean Pitt throttled Virginia over the weekend. Yeah, I'm not confident at all. And then
it was a good game. I wouldn't use the word throttle.
You alluded to it over in the beginning, Nick. The Fighting Irish they're right on the cusp at this point.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Nice big win over Georgia Tech.
I got a couple scenarios I want to ask you.
Go ahead. I love these.
I don't want to just jump right in, but I'll ask.
That's fair. That's fair.
So it's Georgia 1, right? Is Ohio State 2?
Yes.
Alabama's 3.
Yep.
Cincinnati 4.
Yep.
Michigan 5.
Yes.
And Notre Dame 6.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just make sure I got it right. Okay. So they all win this weekend besides Ohio State beating Michigan. Okay.
Well, they're playing each other, so yeah.
Yeah. So Ohio State beats Michigan. Everyone else wins.
Mm-hmm.
Then next week, everyone else wins. Who is playing?
Mm-hmm.
And Georgia beats Alabama. If Michigan loses to Ohio State and Georgia beats Alabama, is Notre Dame in?
So I'm going to frame it like this. The short answer is yes, in my mind. Here's the best possible route for this to happen is you definitely want Ohio State to beat Michigan this week.
Yes,
hands
absolutely.
Down.
I think we're done if they do.
I think, in all honesty, I think the best scenario for you is just take the SEC out of it. I think Georgia and Alabama are pretty much in, I'm guessing regardless.
You think they're both in?
Barring Alabama somehow getting throttled. Actually, barring any form of Alabama loss against Auburn, yeah. I don't see that happening this week. They play each other. It's the Iron Bowl on Saturday.
You never know.
I mean, you don't, but I don't see it happening. Bo Nix is out. I don't see it happening. If anything, I mean, you're probably wanting Georgia to beat Alabama. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm looking at it as though you're going to have 2 SEC schools automatically in there. Cincinnati wins out. I think they're in now at this point. If they gave them 4th this week, in theory, just win the next 2 weeks, which would be obviously regular season finale and then the championship for the American Conference. They're in. So you have three of the spots already filled for the 4. Yeah, and then at that point, you're pretty much odds are going to be fighting 2-loss, very suspect Michigan team. A probably, in theory, at least, I mean, Michigan State 2 losses, but you're ahead of Michigan State. I mean, Michigan State would need help at that point to jump Notre Dame. I don't know where that would come from, but they would need help. The real kicker in this will be Oklahoma. Somehow, some way, if they were to pry themselves back up. I think the Oregon deal is pretty much done.
Pac-12, I think, is done.
Yeah, I mean, I think that deal is pretty much done with them.
ACC's done.
Yes, ACC's done. They're going to be more lenient to Oklahoma in the Big 12 because they've been in it longer all year, stuff like that. That and Oklahoma does have a big test this week playing Oklahoma State in Bedlam. That being said, they still would have conference championship next week type deal. So I like Notre Dame's chances in a way. Do I think it's a perfect scenario for them? No. I mean, obviously, being independent is going to kick their ass really hard this year, maybe more so than normal, just given how wide open it is.
Say stuff happens,
yeah,
and Georgia beats Alabama still in the championship game,
mm-hmm.
and then Alabama has 2 losses, and I think the best they would do is a 4 seed, which would rematch Georgia. Do you ever see them doing that?
So that would more than likely, in our scenario, put Cincinnati at 2.
Ohio State.
Or Ohio State 2.
Cincinnati 3.
Cincinnati 3.
That's where I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, here's the thing. I'm also looking at it from the cynical side of things, from the business side. I mean, ESPN's going to want that. Because that way you at least have a guarantee of, in the final, more than likely, admittedly, as much as I would love Cincinnati to just be the anarchist in this situation, that would leave you with a more than likely scenario of obviously either Georgia and Ohio State or Georgia. Well, no, yeah, I mean, it leaves in the situation of either Georgia, Ohio State, or Ohio State, Alabama.
I'll believe it when I see them when they play Alabama. Or they put Notre Dame in over Alabama.
I don't. What's tough is I have a hard time personally thinking that Alabama is anything worse than the second best team in the country still.
Now, the last thing.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's 1 loss is Cincinnati.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If Cincinnati loses, they have a chance to jump them.
Right.
Does Notre Dame root for them to lose, or do they root for them to win out because it would make their 1 loss look better?
I don't think it's so much making the 1 loss look better. I think if Cincinnati wins out, you have a better shot at just pathing your way into the playoff. I think the main issue at that point becomes if Cincinnati loses, that really opens the door for, in my mind, Oklahoma / maybe even Oklahoma State at that point, depending upon what happens this weekend and then next weekend. If Cincinnati loses, I mean, that guarantees Alabama, if they lose to Georgia in the SEC title game, that guarantees them a spot in the playoff. Man, I mean, this is going down another rabbit hole here, but I mean, if Michigan wins out, I mean, they're in then. If Cincinnati loses for
Obviously, if Michigan beats Ohio State, they're right there.
I mean,
but
I think if you're Notre Dame, you hope for the simplest path, even if that means Cincinnati just wins out and doesn't lose. I think if Cincinnati loses, that throws a wrench into Notre Dame's plans in about the worst way.
But does Michigan really beat Ohio State?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
I think they're going to run.
I haven't seen the line. I know it opened at pretty much a touchdown, or at 7.5.
I think they're going to try to run up the score just like they did at Michigan State.
I mean, well, I think that's what you got to do no matter what now the next couple weeks. Well, maybe not so much next week in the title games, but I think for sure into this week, I think that's what you got to do.
Have they locked up the title game, Ohio State? No.
Yeah, the East, they're good. They're good in the East.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if Michigan beats
I believe so. Yeah, because Michigan already had... Well,
Michigan only has 1 loss.
No, I think Ohio State I don't think technically has it locked up yet.
Yeah, I think Michigan gets it if they beat them.
Yeah, I think it's between those two. And then the Big Ten West is just such a madhouse that it's still wide open technically.
Wisconsin's been playing better.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to get throttled by Ohio State.
You like that word.
They probably would get I do. They probably would get throttled by Michigan in all honesty. And I'm not high on Michigan, but I mean, the quarterback... I mean, Wisconsin's offense is such a mess.
I don't know. Where's game day this week?
You should know.
Iron Bowl?
No.
Oh, Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah. Duh.
In Ann Arbor. Is what it is.
I was hearing rumors that the reason they play that game at noon is because it's that crazy. The fans.
I mean, if that's the case, you make the case when they have those rivalry games.
Michigan, Ohio State, I hear, is bad.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they don't like each other.
Our buddy Jaron Johnson will be at the game.
Is he really?
Yep. He said it's his 3rd time he's ever gone to the game. He's a Michigan fan, and he's hopeful.
Anyway, it's a big rivalry week. I obviously teed it up. Egg Bowl Thursday on Thanksgiving, in technically prime time at 7:30. Mississippi and Mississippi State. And then you have a ton of the border wars going on this week. Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Minnesota, A&M, LSU. Screw it, I'll count it this week only out of Principal, Pitt, and Syracuse. And then other, obviously, main ones, right? Notre Dame, Stanford. Big rivalry that it's kind of cooled off in the past couple of years because Stanford's really on a downhill thing right now.
Used to be a great game.
But, I mean, that used to be one of the biggest rivalries in the country at one point. Bedlam already brought up with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Penn State, Michigan State. Sneaky Big Ten rivalry that kind of gets overlooked. Obviously, Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn. Then you have like Oregon State, big rivalry. You have the Apple Bowl, or the Apple Cup rather, Washington State. Colorado, Utah, another border war that I think I forgot to bring up. This is a rivalry game that is sneaky that everybody forgets about because it's stuck in the CUSA, UTSA, and North Texas as well. And then obviously like UNC.
The majority of these teams play the last game of the regular season every year.
Usually this last regular season week is like rivalry week for the most part.
Pitt Syracuse every week, end of the year?
This is, end the year. It's weird. They normally do end the year in the ACC together recently. ACC really forcing that rivalry down the throat. But whatever.
I got Syracuse winning this week.
God, you're like on an island.
I think they're going to get the bowl.
I mean, I'm going to be irrational on Saturday, but like I don't have
times the game.
I don't have any faith. 7:30
night game.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Last game of the year might be. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be my last game as a season ticket holder, but.
Ooh, we'll save that breaking news.
Yeah. Wait and see. All right, let's wrap it up with the Thanksgiving talk, as we always do. Big year for me personally. I'm up on the big league roster for TNG and the bocce. I'm happy to be here. Obviously, we've discussed enough food, but obviously football, family, friends. Thanksgiving, personally, my favorite holiday. Go ahead and say, well, I would like the traditional holiday season. It's my favorite holiday. I'm a big 4th of July guy.
Yeah.
Because I just love the summer, obviously. But Thanksgiving, favorite holiday. Top 3 foods: mashed potatoes 3rd, turkey 2nd, stuffing 1st, or dressing as you.
What's 4? Oh, say it again.
Mashed potatoes 3rd, turkey 2nd, stuffing 1st.
Turkey in the top 3.
Turkey's good, man. You get the turkey going, especially like the day after. Nice little turkey sandwich. Get a little bit of the cranberry sauce on there. Oh, so good, so good. Oh man. Well, Nick, I mean, it's personally like I like. I mean,
Paul, I do have a highlight of you playing bocce 4 years ago today. If I could show the.
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead, camera's on you, fella.
Okay, let me see if I get this.
Okay.
In just a split second, this is Paul 4 years ago. Let's see what his skills look like playing bocce. Good roll.
Not the best roll. I was not ready. I didn't know the court situation.
There's the Pauline. Okay, it's
very
short.
Very short.
Very short. It's a little concerning.
Look, I didn't know the court conditions. Obviously, look, I mean, part of Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving Eve, right? But hopefully we'll get there at an early enough time. We can kind of scout the courts a little bit. Maybe watch that first game. I don't know.
Thanksgiving Eve, I'll just say it right now, is top 5 my favorite holiday.
It's not a holiday.
It is 100% a holiday. Thanksgiving Eve is definitely top 5. New Year's Eve is my number 1. It always will be. New Year's Eve is my number 1. Number 2. Number 2, I'd go Memorial Day. I think Memorial Day is number 2 in my opinion because it just feels like the start of summer. I'll just say that because I'm a huge summer guy. Not a fan of winter. Do like Labor Day, but it means summer's over. But then I'd probably put Thanksgiving Eve, number 3. 4th of July is 4. And then I do like Christmas. I'll put Christmas in the top 5. I feel like it's got to be in the top 5. But the whole point of this is because Thanksgiving Eve is in my top 5. It's just a great day. A lot of people have it off. Or they would have the next day off, so everyone's free usually at night. It's just a great day, hang out with friends. Especially, a lot of people are home for Thanksgiving, so you see a lot of people that you don't see if you go out of town or whatnot. But, so I'm just a fan of it. It's just like to start the week. Thanksgiving's such a great holiday because it's on Thursday every year.
It's true.
It shortens your week. It's just a great feeling holiday, and you got the weekend ahead of it after. So it's up there. It's definitely good, and I don't know why people don't make Thanksgiving food all year round. Why is it just got to be on this day?
So, look, okay, so I'm going to go double screen here because this was a fair question. I know they did this at Gandon, the culinary people there. At Cuca, at, your cafeteria, did they ever do turkey and mashed potatoes during the year outside of probably, the couple days before Thanksgiving?
I don't think so.
Really? Gandon did. Usually we got, twice a semester.
I can't remember, but...
Usually, again, we got, turkey, a turkey dinner, at least twice a semester at the caf.
Shout out Minders Academy.
Yo. Oh, turkey a la king. Oh.
By far.
Back before they,
the best cafeteria food.
Back before they just completely riddled it with, the healthy crap.
Are they still making turkey a la king?
I don't think so.
But... What? They're not making turkey a la king?
Look, if there's anybody out there that can answer the question for us... But I remember, because, my mom's retired, so I don't have it, but, to my knowledge, they haven't been.
Well, shout out Minders Academy. Shout out, if you're not making turkey a la king, you should bring it back. Yeah. And if you're still making hot ham and cheese, get rid of it.
Oh, no. Hot ham and cheese, sneaky underrated. Okay, we're going down.
The worst.
Wait a second, we're going down.
I would walk home.
Wait a second. Nick.
When I saw that on the scale.
Wait, different podcast. We need to save the school lunch debate for a different podcast.
All right.
I just realized that could be a completely separate fun one.
Yep, it would be a good one. Just one more tease.
Back to Thanksgiving. Go ahead.
Skipping the meal for a PB&J, always not a bad idea either. Especially when it's hot ham and cheese day.
Shut up. All right, back to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so my favorite foods for Thanksgiving is, it's really a race for second.
Ooh.
Because scalloped potatoes are the best Thanksgiving dish in the history of Thanksgiving.
So I have a question then, because we do scalloped potatoes but not Thanksgiving. And I'm a big scalloped potato guy. But this is a great debate. So did you see the Matthew Judon answer in question today when he was did his press availability? Somebody asked him what his favorite Thanksgiving dish was, and he just went off on a tangent about how mac and cheese isn't a Thanksgiving dish. Which, I've never had mac and cheese at my table, but I do know people who do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I have not seen it.
So we're that's tough. I don't know. Is scalloped potatoes a full-fledged Thanksgiving dish?
It is. If mashed potatoes is there, scalloped potatoes is there. All right.
I don't know.
Because my number 2 is mashed potatoes.
Okay.
A big potato guy. Big French fry guy. Not for Thanksgiving.
Right, so I have an update, by the way. Not to interrupt. Michelle Russo has answered from the great beyond, even though she is in retirement.
Yes.
Apparently they did have turkey a la king once last year.
That must have been nuts.
She cannot confirm or deny as to what they did this year.
Man, kids must have gone nuts.
Dude, there was nothing better. There was
a month before the countdown.
Again, I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole because it's kind of a little bit different. There was nothing better than getting that crappy blue plastic tray, right?
What, at school?
Yeah, getting the hot mashed potato scoop, and then getting that awesome drizzle of that yellow gravy with turkey in it.
You agree it's the best cafeteria food?
If it's not the best, it's second best.
not to keep going on the cafeteria.
Yeah.
If anyone did tacos over taco salad, I
Thank
would punch
you.
you straight in the face.
Yes, I'm with you.
If anybody did
Taco
tacos
salad
over taco salad, you're insane.
Taco salad's actually my number one lunch food.
Really?
I think it would be.
It's good. It's good.
If not, it had to be the chicken parm patty.
Chicken parm was good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, different discussion. We're back
Chicken
down.
parm was good.
We're back down that weird rabbit hole. We need to get back to your power ranking.
Okay, mashed potatoes is 2, scalloped potatoes 1, and if we're doing top 3, I'm gonna put. Can I say gravy?
That's not a food. No, it's not food. It's a dressing, if anything.
I will actually go the croissant roll.
What?
As my third.
You guys do croissants?
Hey, they're at my table. I don't know if it's a holiday tradition or not.
We are full-fledged King's Hawaiian roll people now.
Ooh. No, there's a croissant in my room, in my kitchen, and I just eat it. It's pretty good. I was almost going to put ham.
See, now that's a borderline psychopath answer.
Yes, it is. I know. That's why I didn't say it. But I have one piece of turkey every year just to say I ate it. Because I'm just not a huge turkey guy.
All right.
I do like the skin. Big fan of the skin. But I can't. Scalloped potatoes is number 1, and it's always been number 1, and it always will be number 1.
So obviously, I know you aren't like big on the turkey front here, but like, the last time you went to Disney was probably the baseball trip, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you end up seeing anybody? Because like I know one night I got it, but like, did you remember seeing anybody with the turkey leg at Magic Kingdom?
No.
Oh gosh, missing out. Turkey leg at Magic Kingdom.
No, I didn't see that.
So good.
I do remember the episode of Practical Jokers with Q when he had to eat 2.
Oh yeah, the 2 of them. Yeah.
Good episode. Check it out on True TV. Those are
probably also on Netflix or something out there.
But yeah. So I mean, obviously everyone's Thanksgiving's different. Yes, this is your first year on the bocce team, but I would say that's your tradition. You guys are there every Thanksgiving morning.
I'm part of the front office staff of TNG anyway.
But I mean, it's not just it's not just the bocce and you being a part of us, but your dad and your brother. You guys come down every year, and that's your Thanksgiving morning. It seems like every year. Yeah. So this year's gonna be a little bit different because you're gonna be on the team.
I'm debating what headband to wear.
It should be nice out.
Yeah, it's actually looking. You keep talking and breaking stuff down. I'm gonna pull up the weather.
Yeah, give us a weather update on Thanksgiving. Yeah. So I mean, everyone's got a different Thanksgiving. I happen to get up hungover every single day or every single year for Thanksgiving, and I think my game has actually improved a lot the more times I come hungover to the SMS. But anyway. Yeah, so we play bocce and then we go home and we eat and we try to stay awake for the Cowboys game because you're so tired. But
I can tell who was the last person to search weather on this.
Yeah, it's just everyone's different.
Oh, they have their own Thanksgiving tab on the Weather Channel. How about that?
Yeah, Thanksgiving's good. I always try to put on the parade. Big fan of the parade. It's going to be a little different for me this year because I'm going to New York City this weekend to watch the Knicks on Friday night, so that would be pretty cool. I'm hoping the Suns win tomorrow. Suns will be bringing, I believe, in a 14 or 15-game winning streak into the Garden on Friday night, so that would be pretty cool to be a part of that.
Hello, it's Paul Russo with your weather update.
Yes, let's hear it.
Hold on, it kind of went away from me. There we go. Hello. Nick, how are you doing back in the studio?
Yes, I am doing
You're
good.
Doing good, okay.
How is the weather out there?
Thursday, cloudy in the morning, then off and on rain showers during the afternoon.
Chance of meatballs?
High of 46 degrees. Wind south at a rate of about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're looking at roughly about a 60% chance of rain by the time it settles in.
Nicely done, Mike Trout.
Thank you. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah. I think a lot of people... if you're a football guy, obviously, I think a lot of people's Thanksgiving deals with
we're all football guys.
Putting those football games on. A A lot of people get excited by the end of Thanksgiving. You know, some people get excited before Thanksgiving with Thanksgiving Eve. Some people get excited about the end of Thanksgiving because they're getting ready for their big Black Friday the next day.
God bless those retail workers, man.
Yeah, Black Friday's a huge day as well. Always try to put on the South Park trilogy that day.
Are we going to Destiny at midnight?
Yeah, man, I'll be there. Yeah.
I still remember the only thing we got the one time with the hot dogs.
Yes, we did go. Did you go with us when we went to Walmart when we were kids?
No, I don't think so. I think I was supposed to. I think I backed out.
But that was when we were kids. I say kids. We were
seniors in high school.
Yeah, something like that.
Freshmen/seniors.
Yeah, and it was packed at Walmart at like midnight or whatever. And
I do have half of mine.
Black Friday used to be.
I do have half of mine to go this year, like at midnight. But I think I'm gonna try and get my booster shot Friday. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, Black Friday, it's gonna be nuts going to New York City, especially with the parade the day before.
It's back.
But who's excited about the dog show? Obviously, not this room. But
they're all good dogs, Nick.
I'm assuming the dog show is still going after the parade usually, so that's always cool. You know, I love to hear other people's Thanksgiving traditions because Thanksgiving's an interesting holiday. Christmas, you can figure out what people do. They get up, they open presents, they hang out with family. You can pretty much figure out what people do on Christmas. But Thanksgiving could be different for a lot of people. Everybody's day could be different. Yeah, you got your meal, but the other stuff that goes with it, it's all different from people to people. So, family to family.
Yeah. All right. Takes us to the end of the show, I think, Nick. We are over an hour, one of our longest ones lately.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Sorry, my bad. I was going to do my...
Well, you're going to come back to me.
Yeah, I was going to do my couple lines. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Nick...
Do you think we should tell people we read off a script?
Right, no. What? Who? What? Nick, who are you shouting out this week? Do you have anybody?
Not really. But looking forward, Thanksgiving Eve tomorrow. So I'm going to shout out on Thanksgiving Day our bocce team, Matt, Jack, you, me. We got a good squad going. Still undecided if Paul's going to be the leadoff guy or the shooter. I might have to step away from
I'm not used to being leadoff. That's only happened like twice in my life.
This is a new Paul now, though. This is a new Paul.
I'm lean, I'm mean, I'm built for speed.
You know, 2016 champs won that bocce tournament. I don't know how, but
you did.
Shout out TNG.
TNG.
Which means the next generation. We came up with it back when we were young. I think we should change it, but...
Yes, to now generation. The now generation. Oh, you can keep it as TNG. Just call it the now generation.
Yep. Well, see you later. Have
All
a good Thanksgiving.
Bye, Nick. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff for us over here at FingerLicks1.com. Have an awesome Thanksgiving. Be smart, be safe, have fun, though, more importantly. And we'll see you all next week. Fresh Takes Podcast.